Love Your Core, Pilates and more. And we are going to bring you this circle class today. So remember, if you want to borrow circles, they're available to borrow. We're loaning them out. So we're going to start with our hands on our ring. So you want the ring kind of right where the ribs kind of come together, okay? So below the chest, right there, hands are gonna round, you can stack your hands, okay? And then the first thing I want you to do is drop those shoulders. So you're gonna drop the shoulders down, grow taller in the spine, and we're gonna bring our feet to a comfortable hip distance, kind of Pilates beat, okay? Toes out, external, all right? And we'll just start with that bend and we'll go slow. So let's go inhale and press up, exhale. So no push on the ring yet, but let's focus on those shoulders pulling down and that belly pulling up. And then I want you to make sure those knees aren't rolling in. So if you need to put that little pressure on the outside of the pinky toe, do that, okay? And nice and slow, take that inhale and maybe go a little deeper, keep your heels down. Inhale. And we will start to add that little squeeze of the ring. So we're gonna pull that ring in with our hands and then release as we come up. So as you draw the ring in, think of drawing the shoulders down and back, okay? And keep that belly pulling up. And as you start to feel how this feels, you can go bigger with that pull in of the ring. So press it a little harder if you want. And we will add something here. So remember, shoulders are staying over the hips. So this time as we bend and pull the ring in, pause here, keep the hug of the ring, lift the heels, lower the heels, release the squeeze. Squeeze in with the bend, straighten, hold that squeeze. Lift the heels, release the squeeze. We'll go squeeze down, hold that, lift, and lower, release. Squeeze, straighten, hold that hug, lift, release. We'll go for 4. Squeeze, straighten those knees, lift the heels, lower the heels, release the ring. Squeeze, lift, here's 2, and release. Squeeze, straighten those knees, lengthen to the ceiling, release. Here's your last one. Squeeze, heels up, lower down, release, and pause there. We're going to take our feet a little wider. So again, like a second position. So toes external, connect to those toes. I want you to feel all the toes on the mat. I want you to feel the heel, that's your anchor. We're going to lengthen through the crown of the head, pull the shoulders down, pull the belly up, and no pressure on the ring, we're just gonna bend. And you should be a little warmer now, so as you're bending, maybe you go a little deeper. And as you're bending, press off those feet. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Shoulders over the hips, hips over the ankles. Let's go for 3. Inhale. Like your back is sliding up against the wall. We are gonna add that hug. So hug the ring as you bend, keep that pressure, and lift the heels. As you lower the heels, release the squeeze. Hug it in, straighten, hug, release. Hug as you bend. Keep the knees straight, lift, and release the squeeze, lower. Hug, straighten those knees, pull that belly in, and release. Big pull on that ring. Lift the heels, release. Let's go for 3. Squeeze, straighten, hugging that ring, release. Exhale, and release. And here's your last one. Lift, release. We're gonna pause. We're going to bend into the knees as we pull that ring or press that ring in toward the body, and we'll release it up. Bend and go down deeper now and press off that floor. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Shoulders are staying over the hips. Shoulders are pulling down. Oops, I messed up my breathing. And we're gonna hold it down here and pause. So as you pulse into the legs or the knees, I want you to pulse the ring, okay? Shoulders are down, don't let the shoulders come up. Belly's lifted, go a little deeper. And press into that ring. Okay, shoulders stay down, lengthen through the spine. Go for 4, 3, 2, 1, and straighten up and take a quick break. We are going to add rotation to this, so remember you can bend as deep in the knees as you feel comfortable. We're staying in the second position. We're gonna bend into the knees, press into the ring, we're gonna rotate, okay? So bend, squeeze into the ring, rotate only from the rib cage, come back through center, release and press up off the floor. We're gonna go the other way, pull that ring in, rotate, come center and release. We'll do that a couple more times. Come back, release. Squeeze that ring, rotate just from the shoulders and the rib cage. Nothing below the hips is moving or hips are not moving. And press up. Press into the ring, rotate. And here's our last set. Squeeze that ring, hug it, rotate. Shoulders are pressing down. Last one on the other side. Come center, press up. We're gonna do one more thing. We'll add that rotation with this hug staying in the bent knee, okay? So here we go. So squeeze into the ring, bend the knees, pull the belly in. We're gonna rotate. Shoulders are pressing down, come center, keep that pressure. Let's go to the other side. And inhale. And come back. And we're gonna hold it on the next, after the next set. Hold it into the center and let's pulse, pulse, pulse. 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and press up. Good, you should be warm, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully. Okay, so we're gonna do some, just a little stretch with a little arm, inner arm work, okay? So we're going to a comfortable, maybe a little wider than hip distance external position, but go where you're comfortable and you feel stable. Hips are not gonna move in this when we add that stretch, but we'll start with the kind of the heel of the palm of the hand on that ring, maybe even closer to the wrist, okay? Elbow is bent, it's behind you. Opposite hand, we'll just take it to our hip to start, and then don't lock out the knees, okay? So lengthen the spine, shoulders are down. You're gonna press into that ring and then release. And we'll exhale and inhale. So you're feeling that back side of the shoulder, that inner connection to the arm. And you're exhaling as you press, and your body is almost frozen. So exhale, inhale, and that little pause as you squeeze is good before you release. And make sure that shoulder is not hiking up. And we'll just go for 5. And here's 4, exhale. Keep those ribs pulling in and that belly lifted away from the floor. And 3. And here's 2. And 1, and we're gonna hold it, hold it, hold it, hold, okay? So it's static hold. Breathe through it. Let's go for 2 breaths. Inhale. And last one. And release that squeeze. We'll add that arm, so arm out to the side with those fingers reaching, okay? So I really want you to reach those fingers. Set that shoulder down. You'll press into the ring. Take your inhale. As you press, reach the arm up, over, and try to get that big side stretch as you're pressing into the ring. And then you're gonna exhale, release that squeeze, come up. We'll go 2 more times. So press, and come. And last one, make sure those shoulders stay down. Inhale, hold that squeeze, and exhale, come up, and we will switch sides. Good, little arm work today.
Yes.
All right, love it. This is my theme. I need to get my arms under. Okay, so at your hip, with the foamy part at your hip, remember kind of wrist or palm, and we're bringing that other hand to the hip. Get yourself organized, so lift that belly, feel those toes, the heels, And you're just gonna press on an exhale. Inhale, release, and remember just that little pause, and don't let those shoulders come up. And keep that belly engaged. Every time you exhale, pull the belly tighter. Inhale, release, exhale. Inhale. Shoulders are trying to pull down, neck is long. We'll go for 4. Pull those shoulders down, really connect with the back side, the shoulder blade, and here we go. We're gonna hold it. Exhale, shoulder set down. Pull that ring in, try to pop or try to bend the shape, change the shape. Okay, 2 more. Big breaths. Last one. And exhale, and release that ring. Perfect. Okay.
Stretch.
Oh, yes, sorry, thank you. We're going mermaid stretch. Okay. So you're going to take that inhale as you press, rotate, side bend, and come up on that exhale. Release that squeeze. Press into the ring, reach up and over, pull that shoulder down, and let's go one more time. Thanks, Cyndie. Okay, and pause there, perfect. Okay, so we will take our rings. We're gonna stand at one edge of our mat. We are going to do a roll down. Our ring will end up a little bit farther out in front. So think of when you're working, or if you have worked with our exo chair here in the studio, we'll think of the ring as the pedal that you push down. If you haven't worked on that, we'll show you how to do it. So take the inhale. We'll just start with a quick roll down, nothing fancy. So ring is just kind of hanging in the hands, arms are long. Let the chin tuck on that inhale. Try to keep the hips over the ankles. Tap that ring down to the floor. Look up to the belly. Tuck the chin. Exhale, roll it up. Okay, we'll go 2 more times. Shoulders come down as the head comes up. Inhale as you let that chin fall. Pull the belly in. Touch the ring to the floor. Keep that belly pulling back. Keep the ribs pulling back. Exhale as you roll up through every vertebrae. And this time we'll go down. We'll place the ring a little farther, okay? So we're gonna exhale, roll it down, start to move the arms out, maybe 1.5 feet away from the toes. You're in that curl. We're gonna press into the pedal as you depress, as you depress the ring. I want you to pull the belly up, pull the ribs back, and let's release that. And we're gonna stay down, we're gonna press again. Belly pulls in, inhale. Exhale, press. Keep the belly pulling up, and you can't see my belly at all. Exhale. Inhale, arms are long. Let's go for 1 more after this. And last one, pull those ribs back. Take that inhale, look to the belly, pull the ring back toward the feet, and roll yourself up. Nice and slow. Shoulders come down. Crown of the head reaches up, and we are going to come to the opposite edge of our mat, and we are going to do a little bridging. So we'll place the ring above the knees, okay? And so you're going to be a little wider with that ring, or with the feet, okay, maybe to the edges of your mat. And then we will roll down just to get down to the floor. You can use your elbows if you need to. So I want you to keep that little hug on the ring. So reach the arms long. Exhale, roll it down. Keep that little kind of pressure on the ring. Good, you should feel a deeper low belly connection. And then find that place where you bridge with your feet closer toward your sitting bones, okay? And trying to not let those knees bow out away from or out of the ankles. So you want to try to line those knees up a little bit closer in line with the ankles, okay, even though they're wider. Palms are going to go up. And we'll start with that imprint of the low belly before we move. So just keep that little hug and take your inhale. And as you exhale, just imprint the spine. Let that tailbone lift. Let that pelvis tip back. And then inhale, release. We'll go 2 more. Exhale. Try to pull the navel down to the floor. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Inhale, release. Exhale. inhale. So we'll lead with the imprint. Take that inhale, and as you exhale, squeeze into that ring a little harder and peel yourself up to your bridge. And then take that inhale, exhale, melt it down. So pulling the ribs together, pulling the belly deep, rolling down one bone at a time, release that squeeze. We'll go up 3 more, okay? 4 times total. Squeeze, pull the belly down, peel it up. Reaching those knees over the toes at your top, pulling the heels back. Take your inhale, exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And release the squeeze. Squeeze on the exhale, imprint the spine, peel it up. As you come up, start to reach those knees over the toes like you're a big line from the knees all the way to the shoulder. Take that inhale, exhale, melt it down. Here's your last one. Take that inhale, squeeze into the ring, roll it up. Open up those shoulders, hold it here. You're gonna take an inhale and we're gonna hold that squeeze, squeeze harder into the ring, and then inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. So remember, keep those glutes engaged, keep that belly pulling up. Exhale. Inhale, release. Try not to let it get into the back, so you really want to keep that belly pulling up. Keep those glutes active. Let's go for 2. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Hold this last one. Hold it. Static hold. Take an inhale, keep that squeeze, and as you exhale, roll it down. That big, big squeeze of the ring, and then release that. Ooh.
Yes.
Good. Okay, we're gonna take that ring to the outside of the knees, and then we're gonna have to stretch after this.
Yeah.
All right, so now you have not a difficult time as when your legs were outside. So now your knees are lining up with the ankles a little better and maybe a little wider because you want a little pressure to pull apart that circle. So hands are coming down to the mat. We're going to just hold that circle just a little, pull apart. Take that inhale, we'll peel up into our bridge. On an exhale, imprint, peel up, keeping that little pull apart of the ring. And then exhale, roll it down. And release a little bit. Now pull it apart, exhale, peel up, squeeze those glutes. Use those outer glutes to pull that ring apart. Keep the pressure on the ring as you roll it down and exhale. 2 more, release, then exhale, pull it apart, peel up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze up. Reaching the knees over the toes, exhale, roll it down. Release a little pressure. Here we go, we're gonna stay up, exhale, peel up, squeeze into the glutes. Get into that perfect organized form before we start. So line up those knees if you're a high bridger, I guess, with the shoulders. Keep those glutes pulling together as you pull apart the ring on an exhale, hold. Inhale, bring the knees in. Exhale, pull it apart. Release. Keep those shoulders relaxed, keep those glutes active. Belly is pulling up like you're pulling it away from the pelvis. Open up. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull it apart. We'll go for 2. Keep that pelvis lifted high. Exhale, or as high as it's comfortable for you. And hold it here. Hold it. Hold those knees pulling apart, trying to change the shape of that circle. Take that inhale, but keep that pulling apart of the knees as you exhale, roll it down. Nice. And release and relax. Yes. Okay, let's stretch. It's funny because when we do bridging with the ring, I do not feel my hamstrings barely at all. Isn't that funny? Okay, so let's do a hamstring stretch, but we'll turn it into something else. So extend your left leg, bring the right foot to the foam handle, and stretch up that leg. Do you feel hamstrings more?
No, I feel glutes.
Yeah, more glutes,
all
right?
Glutes,
yeah. It's kind of an interesting thing, and definitely a deeper belly.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's bend the knee in and then send that heel up with a flex as you straighten the leg. And let's do that one more time. And exhale. And let's pause at the top here. So you've got that little flex. Soften the knee a little bit. Let's internally rotate And let's drop that leg over. So when you're here, you shouldn't feel behind the knee. So for me, I have to bend my knee. And then I want you to shift that hip down and away. So kind of a press away of the hip, or just a little slide down with the hip. Try to keep it connected. And then try to relax so shoulders are down on the mat. And then you're going to draw that leg back to center. And if you want to take the ring in the other hand, externally rotate. And again, I have a big bend in my knee to get this stretch. So for me, it's deeper if I bend. But you're trying to keep that opposite hip down. So you don't want to let that hip lift. And then maybe a little rotation of the toes toward the floor and the heel up to the ceiling. And then come back through center. And take the other leg up or foot up to that ring. Other leg goes down to the floor. This is the type, me too. And then just draw the ring closer to you. If you want to lift up, you like to curl up and pull on that ring, it's fine. As you're drawing that leg straight and up and over, like kind of going over your chest or over your head, you want to try to keep that hip down. And then we're going to bend the knee in and extend it up with a big flex through the heel, like you're reaching the heel up. And just hang out there, and if you want to bend, and just keep doing that. And then we'll hold that. Soften the knee just a little bit. Internally rotate, take that ring in the opposite hand, and draw that leg across the center line of the body. Trying to shift that hip away or down. Shift was the word I was looking for. I know.
That internal rotation is so hard.
It's so hard on this side. Mine too. Bring it through center. Let's go external. Switch hands. Oh, I'm not going to hit you in the face. Okay, good. So my hip is trying to stay down. My opposite hip. And I'm drawing my leg closer. I like to externally rotate, so toes go down, heel goes up. So knee kind of down to the floor. And then nice and slow, come up to center. Good. All right. So we are ready to just get ourselves rolled up. Okay, so we'll extend our legs long, comfortable with the legs hip distance. We're going to bring that ring, let's bring it up overhead, okay? So nice and slow up overhead. Take that inhale, and as you exhale, the ring comes up, the chin tucks, and as the shoulders lift, we reach for the toes, and we are going to pause there, okay? So we're going to a bent knee, comfortable, so the legs can be a little farther extended out for this work or closer to start, whatever's comfortable. So you don't want those feet to leave the floor. So if the legs are too far out, you may feel like you're going to lift the feet up. So we'll start with our arms extended and shoulders down. We won't add any squeeze to the ring yet, just get kind of warmed up. So find those sitting bones, shoulders over the pelvis, take an inhale, and as you exhale, just lead with that belly just like you were bridging, and curl it back. So belly pulls in, shift to the back side of the pelvis, go as far as you feel. When you get that connection, stop. Pull the belly back as you start to curl up, and then lengthen the spine. Find the sitting bones. We'll do that 2 more times. Exhale. And inhale, pulling the ribs back as you reach forward, lengthen. Okay, we're going to add that squeeze. So exhale, squeeze into the ring. Hold it here. Keep that squeeze as you bring the arms up, shoulders pull down. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then release the squeeze, curl yourself up. Lengthen, we'll do that 2 more times. Squeeze into the ring as you curl back. Make sure those shoulders are down. Lift those arms. They don't have to go high if it doesn't feel good. Bring the circle down, release the squeeze on the circle, and come up. Here's your last one. Squeeze. Arms come up with the pressure on that circle. And And then inhale, come up, release, and take a quick break. Okay, we're gonna add rotation. So you wanna stretch it real quick? Do you feel like a forward fold? Okay, we're gonna go to a bent knee then. Okay, this time we're gonna bring that circle kind of in front of the chest, and palms, elbows are gonna be out, okay? So again, don't let those shoulders hike up to the ears. Set those shoulders down, find the sitting bones. We're gonna press into the circle right away with that curl back. So press in, curl back, okay, and we'll go up, and with a squeeze, curl up, and release, and then squeeze, curl it back. And inhale, bring it up. Here's your last one, you're gonna hold it back. So squeeze into the ring and pause. We're gonna rotate to the right. Shoulders are the only thing, rib cage rotating, pelvis staying right where it is, and curl up, curl up. Let's curl up first. Release the squeeze. We'll do the double rotation next. Curl it back. We'll go one more like this. Rotate to the left. Shoulders are down. Come through center, curl up. The next time we go down, we'll hold it, curl it back, squeeze into that ring. We're gonna rotate to one side, shoulders are down, come back through center. Inhale to the other side, come back through center. We're gonna go again. Squeeze, keep that belly pulling back. Let's go again to the left. Can we do one more? Just one more, just one more. Squeeze. Come back center, here's the last one. And curl yourself up, release the squeeze, we'll stretch real quick.
Now can we do a forward fold?
Yeah, now we can. I'm gonna put my ring down between my legs and just open up my knees, but you can do whatever you want. So just forward fold, I know. Yes, stretch out. So here I want you to really let that spine release. So try to create space between every vertebrae and just relax and let your upper body feel heavy. And we will nice and slowly come up out of that stretch. We're gonna bring that ring. Let's do between the knees for this one. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So we're going to place that ring a little bit above the knees, so kind of inner thighs, okay? And we're going to, what did I want to do?
I thought we were doing this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but what were we going to do?
Squeeze the circle.
Yes. Okay, I love it. Okay. Sorry, I messed up. All right, so we're gonna lift the chest, open up the shoulders. Fingertips can reach forward or whatever feels good for the wrists. We're gonna stay here. We're gonna hold that ring between the knees and squeeze in on an exhale, and then inhale, release. And you do have to find the right place for your ring. So keep those shoulders pulling back. Let that collarbone be wide. Remember, your chin is parallel with the floor, so you're not lifted in the chin. Keep the belly pulling up, and every time you exhale, I want you to feel like you're pulling that belly deeper and taking that little pause as you squeeze. Inhale, release, and we'll go for 3. Keep the belly lifted, pulling back, and here's your last one. And we'll release that squeeze. So pause here. We're going to come up to a nice lengthened spine with our sitting bones connected. Adjust the ring and lengthen out the bend in the knees. So lengthen out the legs a little bit more. It'll be easier. And then reach those arms forward. Set the shoulders down. Sit up nice and tall. We'll roll down all the way. So exhale. Curl it back. Adjust the feet if you need to. And nice and slow. Bring those knees up to a tabletop. We'll do this one first, okay? All right, so you want those knees right over the hips, okay? And keep that little hug, okay? We're gonna take our hands up behind our head. We'll just do a chest lift, but I want you to keep a little hug on that ring so it engages that low belly a little bit more. So take the inhale, and as you exhale, lift. Look through the thighs. Keep a little squeeze. Inhale, roll it down. Exhale. Lift up, trying to keep the pelvis still. Don't let that pelvis rock back. So you're neutral here. Come to that neutral spine. Exhale. Inhale. 3. You should only lift up till you feel the tips of those shoulder blades. And last one, hold it up, squeeze into the ring a little deeper and pulse it up. Pull the belly down. Let's go for 3, 2, 1, and roll it down, set the feet down, and we're gonna take the ring in between our arms, or in between the hands, all right. So from here, we'll leave the feet down, okay? Comfortable with the feet, knees are bent, parallel with the feet. Shoulders are set down. We're going to do a chest lift, and you're just gonna try to reach the ring over the knees. So as you take your inhale to prepare, as you exhale, you're going to lift the shoulders off the mat with the chin tucked to the chest, and then lift here, pause, okay? No squeeze. Now from here, I want you to extend the arms longer, let the shoulders roll forward. I added this one. Yes, pull the shoulders back, and then roll it down. I love this one, I forgot, I really love it. Okay, so lift the chest, chin tucks, shoulders are touching the mat, then reach the ring like you're trying to reach it over the knees, set the shoulders back and roll it down. I forgot, I like this one so much. We will add a squeeze on the finish after this, and then we'll add the squeeze. Reach longer, curling the upper back, shoulders come down, and here we go. We're gonna squeeze into the ring. So squeeze as you reach. Let those shoulders slide forward, set them back, roll it down, release the squeeze. We'll go for 3, okay? Squeeze. Shoulder blades connected, now round, reach, shoulders pull back, and roll it down. Just a little surprise for you. You try to make stuff up sometimes. No. Okay. Lift, squeeze into the ring.
I thought we were done.
No, and take a break. Okay, relax for a minute. We will add our tabletop to that and some rotation.
Constant surprise.
I know, constant, right? I keep you guessing.
Constant.
All right, knees. You can bring the knees together or comfortable apart, okay? So we will roll up, so same thing, you're gonna lift the chest, reach over the knees, extend the shoulders, then pull them back. So we'll just do that one time just to get the feel. Take the inhale, exhale, lift the chin to the chest, roll those shoulders forward, pull them back, and roll down. We're gonna add a rotation with a squeeze to the right, squeeze, and do the same thing. Reach a little farther, ooh, pull it back, come back down to center. We'll go the other way. Squeeze into the ring, let those shoulders pull up, let them pull down. I love that. Squeeze, lift, alternating, reach a little farther, come back, roll it down. So you should feel as you squeeze into that ring and reach, that oblique turns on even more. Exhale, squeeze, reach, and roll it down, release the squeeze. Squeeze, reach, we'll go one more on each side with a pulse at the end. Reach. One side really gets connected.
Yes.
Better. Is that funny? Squeeze.
Same way.
Yeah, reach. And roll it down and squeeze. Here's your last one. Squeeze, hold it up, reach the arms farther, and pulse. Pulse. Pull the belly down. Squeeze. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Roll it down. Go to the other side. Squeeze. Reach a little farther. Pulse it up. Squeeze into the ring. 3, 2, 1. Roll it down. Oh, good. Okay. All right. So let's do some side lying.
Yay.
Yeah.
Fun.
And we're going to take our ankles on the insides of the ring, okay? So on that foamy part, just above that knobby part of your ankle, and we'll extend the legs and we'll go on to our side, okay? So legs are going to be long. Arm can be bent under the head or your arm can be long, your choice. All right, top arm coming to the mat right in front of you. And then I want you to feel like those heels and the hip all the way up to the ear is lined up, okay? And little lift of that waistline. We're gonna take an inhale, and all we're gonna do is keep the feet down, keep that bottom leg pulling away as the top leg lifts up. And then release, okay? We'll go for 8, 7. So here, remember that waistline, you're light. So you're lifting that bottom rib cage. Okay.
And exhale as you lift. Inhale, so try to pull that bottom leg down as that top leg lifts. Belly is pulling up and you're lengthened in that spine. 2 and 1. And we're not going to take a break. We're going to pull the ring apart and we're going to lift the legs up with that pull apart, lower down. Release that pull. Pull that ring apart, lift. Keep the squeeze and then lower it down. Pull it apart. We'll go for 3 more. Lower it down. Pull it apart, lift. I don't go very high here. And lower. Last 2. Lower. And 1. And lower and take a break here. We're going to add a lift of the upper body. So arm is extended long on the floor. Top arm can be on that mat to support. We're going to add a little pull apart to the ring, but not lift the legs as we lift. You're going to press into that bottom hand, pull the belly in, pull the ring apart as you lift up that upper body and lower it down. So all you're going for here is a lift of that armpit. Let it leave the floor. And as you lower, release the pull apart of the ring. Pull it apart, lift. Inhale, lower. Pull it apart, lift. Inhale, lower. Here's your last one. Pull it apart, lift, and lower. And that is enough for that, I think. That's enough for me.
You think?
I think so. Okay, so top ankle now on the outside of that foamy ring, okay? And I learned a new trick today from Cyndie. So you're gonna take that bottom leg out of the circle, roll that top leg back behind, and then until that bottom foamy part lifts from the floor and bring it in between the ankles. Okay, I think that was good. I think. Okay, so we'll stay laying down. Arm can be bent, top hand in front, lift that rib cage up, keep that belly pulling in, and those legs are as long as can be, and you're just gonna press into that ring and release. So that squeeze in and release. Every time you squeeze, you exhale, pull that belly deeper. Inhale. Exhale, keep that bottom rib lifted and light on that mat. Exhale. Inhale. Let's go for 3. And 2. And last 1. We're going to add the leg lift with that squeeze. So squeeze into the ring and lift those legs. Lower the legs, release the squeeze. Squeeze, lift, lower, release. Squeeze, lift, lower, release. Let's go for 3. Squeeze, lift, lower, release. There's 2. And last 1. Squeeze, lower, release that squeeze. Extend the arm if it was bent. We'll add that upper body lift with the squeeze. We will not lift the legs. I am not doing it. All right, take that inhale. As you exhale, push into the ring. As you lift that upper body, you can press into that front hand, lower it down, slide, release. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Slide and release. Lift and lower. Exhale, belly pulls in. Inhale, release, and here's your last 2. Squeeze it up and release, and last 1. And release, and we're going to take a break. Okay, so we're going to bring that ring in. We're going to lay on our backs. We're going to set that ring aside just for a minute, okay? And we're going to pull our knees into our chest. Release that low back, rock side to side. And then if you like that happy baby stretch, we'll go into that, or you can take your knees and just pull them apart out to the sides of the body. So I'm going to do happy baby. So I'm going to grab my ankles, or my arches of my feet. And I'm going to rock back and forth. And I'm not sure what this view looks like. This might be really bad. We may have to edit this. Why did I pick that stretch? Okay. And then come back. We're gonna do one more thing, right? We got
Yeah.
time for one more thing. Okay, I'm gonna face this way for this one. We're gonna do that quadruped
We
position.
have to do the other side for our single leg. With the other leg on top. We still have more to go. More
Okay, then
fun.
we're gonna end with this. We're not gonna have time for the other thing. Okay, so we're gonna bring, that's what you were saying, right? Dang, this is what happens when I've been here too long. Okay, no excuses. All right, sorry. Okay, so we did a little stretch. That was good. That was a good diversion. All right, so get yourself set up, ankles inside the foamy parts, comfortable with your head, lengthen the spine. We're just gonna draw that ring, pull it apart, and then release that. So you're pushing down on the bottom foot as you lift and pull apart from the top ankle. Pull it apart. Good. And exhale, and remember that waistline. So you're trying to keep that little lift there, like you could slide your hand under the rib cage or under that waistline. And even if you can't slide it under, you feel very light. Okay, exhale. Let's go for 3. Thanks, Cyndie.
Yeah.
There's 2. And 1. And we're gonna add that lift. So you'll make sure you have that hand in front if you need that kind of push off, okay? So pull the legs apart, exhale, lift, lower, release. Trying to stay stacked on the hips, lower, release. Pull it apart, lift.
Ooh, this side's
Lower.
harder.
This side I get bigger, but it's sloppier. How is that? Okay, we'll go for 2. And last one. Good, and pause here. Extend that bottom arm if you haven't already extended it. And you can also bend up off the elbow. I didn't say that, instead of the slide. So we're just gonna lift that upper body, but you wanna pull apart those ankles. On an exhale, belly pulls in, press into the floor, lift, lower, release that pull apart of the ring. Pull it apart, lift, inhale, lower, exhale. Okay, and we'll go for 3, just 3. Pull that belly up. Think of lengthening the spine, lifting from that top oblique. Pull the ring apart. That's your last one. Take a quick break. Oh, I need a quick break. We will stretch. I know we're gonna do that figure 4 after here. Okay, top ankle to the top foamy part of the handle. Roll the leg back. I'm not as quick as you probably. Okay. Legs stay down. Long with those legs, long with those feet, reaching out. If you want that flex, go ahead and flex. Comfortable foot. Just feel like you're reaching those legs away. Lift the waistline and squeeze into that ring. Inhale, release. As you exhale and squeeze, pull that belly button deeper. Lift that belly up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Exhale. Trying to keep that rib, that bottom rib, light on the floor. Let's go for 4. 3, belly's pulling in. And here's 2. And on 1, we'll hold it. We'll just do a little static hold. Exhale, hold, hold, hold. And release that ring. We'll add that body lift with that press into the ring. So top arm, you can press off that mat. Take the inhale. As you exhale, press into the ring, lift up that body. Inhale, release. So just going for the lift of the armpit, maybe even the rib cage, depending on how far you get up. Use that top oblique, use that top arm if you need a little push off. And we'll go 3, squeeze. And here's 2. And 1. And release and pause there. We're gonna throw that ring away because we're done. So bend that bottom knee in, take that top heel over the top of the that bottom thigh, and then just find your stretch. So whatever feels good to you. So I'm gonna open up my knee first for me, and then I'm gonna shift that top hip back. So I'm trying to send that sitting bone out behind me. And then if you wanna draw that hip down, get that deeper stretch. My back just cracked. Not sure if that's good or not. We'll see if I can get up. And then bend that knee. And I'm gonna flip around to do the other side. Okay. Okay. Bottom knee is bent in, top heel in front of that bottom thigh. Pull that heel in closer if you like. Open up the knee with the top arm and try to relax. And then we'll send that top sitting bone back, or that top hip. Let it kind of roll back, shift back. And then keeping that knee open, I'm gonna just lengthen my spine by kind of pressing into my hip, pressing it away. And then release that. Roll over onto your back, and we're gonna roll up. Arms up, take the inhale. Exhale, reach to the ceiling, tuck that chin on the exhale. Reach for the feet and lengthen. And you are done.
Yay.
Sorry for my mess up. See ya. See you next time.